Yeah, I know it's been done before, but I want to see for myself. The debate rages on. Heavy versus light. I don't know if we're ever going to get an actual answer, but today I am going to try 3 different arrows against milk jugs. The difference is I'm going to do it at 50 yards. Most penetration tests, when you watch them, they're doing them at point-blank range. A compound bow stores a specific amount of kinetic energy, regardless of what arrow you're shooting out of it. So when you're doing penetration tests at 5 feet or at 5 yards, I think it can be misleading. So what we're going to do today is we are going to shoot milk jugs at 50 yards and see what differences it makes. So what we're going to be using today is the Mission MXR. It is set at about 29 inches of draw, 60 pounds, so it's not 70 pounds, which most guys want to shoot. The arrows we're using, these are Gold Tip Hunters. I've got a couple Warriors in here too. They're the same shaft. So they're a standard diameter shaft. The ones with the yellow are 400 grains. They're doing approximately 276 feet per second. The one with the bright green knock, those are 550. They're doing about 239 feet per second. And the blue knock is the monster 900 grainers, and they're doing about 190 feet per second. So this all started after I bought this new sight. This is the Ridge SWFT DUO, and I've got it all dialed in and sighted in for my 550s because that's what this bow's set up for. And I got to thinking, I wonder how much weight I could add to one of these and still be able to shoot it clear out to 50 yards. And so I just started adding fact weights until I got to 900 grains. So that's where these came from. I've got a playlist for these 900 grain arrows, so if you want to go watch it, I'll put it in the link card right here somewhere. So here's the setup. We're going to do 10 jugs because I watched a previous video by Tim Connor when they were doing something like this. Their arrows only went like 8 or 9 jugs, so I figured by adding the distance, it can't go through more than 10. Should it? I guess we'll find out. So we've got the matrix set up. I've got the 2x6. These are lined up on that. Got the other target down here. The hope is that if I miss, I hit this and not the 2x6. Otherwise, we're going to be doing a different penetration test today. And I've got my level out here because I've got these sloping downhill just a little bit to kind of compensate for the trajectory coming inbound. So, we'll see if this works. 400 grains, 50 yards. Well, we went through 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and did we get into this one? Slide it back. Nope, it didn't get that one. So it went through 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, the tip is just, come over here. The tip is pushing right against it. You can actually see right there, the tip is just right up against the, the plastic. So, 400 grain arrow went through 5 jugs, didn't quite come out. Let's go shoot the 550 and see what happens. All right, 550 grains. I think we got it. Well, that one took an extra shot. I had a clean miss on the first one. So, get that out of the way. Looks like we did 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, but did we? Oh, it did. popped out, so it went exactly that much further, going up to 550 grains. Not what I was expecting. I was honestly expecting to see a little more. Okay, let's pull this and see if we can't do this with a 900 grain. 900 grains, 50 yards versus Milk Jugs. That got it. That got it. So, we went through, you know, I am, wait, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, this is 6. Only that much further. So the 400 touched this, the 500 poked out, and that only come out that far? Really? Not what I was expecting. I was really expecting to see a difference. I've got a ton of extra jugs because I was expecting to have some where I kind of hit and missed, so I had a bunch of extras. So what we're going to do, since I've got it, we're going to try a 550 with a broadhead and see if it makes a difference. So we've got the cutthroat single bevel. These are still sharp, just took them out of the quiver from my hunt earlier this year. They've got the lighted nocks on them. So let's see if we can hit a jug with it. Ooh, it hit it. Hit kind of high. Let's go see. Well, let's see. Well, it hit over here. It hit really high in the jug. It ended up going significantly further. It kind of came out that side, though. But we got enough jugs, we should do it again. I think we do it again. All right, so that definitely penetrated better. I've got two theories. Let's shoot it again and see if we can get a better hit. Skirted off to the side, I think. It hit the jugs. I don't know how well it hit the jugs. So we're going to send this one just because. Well, that's spilling water, so let's go look. Well, I don't know if you can see it from that side. Come over here. It's gushing water like crazy because I sliced the sides open. And it still ended up going 9 deep. It hit there. I think this one was a full-blown miss. We'll have to watch the slow-mo, but the broadhead definitely increases penetration. The reason for that, I think, is because the biggest hang-up is the fletchings coming through those jugs, and that makes a bigger hole as it comes through the plastic. So I think that allows it to penetrate better. Well, since I've got all these extra jugs, we're going to do a point-blank test and just see if there's a difference. My initial conclusion here is I don't think milk jugs are a good test material. Let's shoot this and just see what the difference is. So at point blank, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, he got an extra like inch from point blank to 50 yards. Not what I was expecting at all. All right, 550. Here we go. One, two, three, four, five, 6. Again, it only went a tad further. Look at that. All right, 900 at point blank. One, two, three, four, five, 6. Didn't touch 7. All right, just for kicks and giggles, we're going to shoot a broadhead point blank. See what we get. All right, here we go. Ooh, I'm too close. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Poking out. My conclusion is the broadheads are going further because it's opening up the hole and making it easier for the veins to get through. That's my conclusion. Well, did that go the way you thought it was going to? For me, no. I honestly thought I was going to see a difference at 50 yards, but the fact that it was only, inch or two at most, surprised me, to be honest. Now, I definitely see a difference when I'm just shooting at the foam target, right? When I shoot, especially like shooting my target bow, shooting my really light target arrows, when I'm shooting those at 50 and 60 yards, like they're only sticking into that matrix just enough to kind of hold them. Meanwhile, when I shoot, my 550s, because this is the arrow I normally shoot, it's the 550, it's burying 6-8 inches into that target. So one of two things is going on, and maybe they're both true, is that according to the milk jugs, the weight of the arrow doesn't matter. It doesn't make that big of a difference on penetration, even at 50 yards. Or milk jugs are just not a very good test medium. I'm leaning towards that. Now, it could just be that both those things are true. The milk jugs are not a good test medium, and the weight doesn't matter. I got a hard time believing that, though. Honestly, I think the biggest factor is the veins. I think that's honestly the biggest thing with the milk jugs, because this is what's getting hung up. Between the two arrows, these have a different vein. These are the ice vein. They're a lower profile, a little longer, and they're the softer material. These are the heat veins. They're taller and they're stiffer. So I didn't think they were going to make much of a difference, and I can't conclusively say they did. But I'm going to have to say the milk jug test, ineffective and inconclusive. We're going to move on. What do you want to see next? I'm taking suggestions. We'll shoot 400s, 550s, and 900s at something else at 50 yards. Tell me what you want to see. Thanks for coming. I hope we learned something today. I don't know if I did.